This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Nightwing News. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, is...
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And tonight we got a mix of the old and the new. We'll start off with the new. I'll hit up Justice League 57 real quick, and then we'll get to Nightwing 76. What happens to B? Well, we find out. In the most important news, remember, what was the punchline of that joke? Don't get away at it. So yes, and then for our classic reviews, we'll get to Detective Comics 876, 877, and 878. Hungry City. All right, but like I told you before we start, I'm going to show you the gift I received from our good friend Mr. Tyler Patrick, who joined us for the last couple interviews.
Oh yeah, what'd you get? Ooh, nice. Where did he find that?
I think it was online somewhere.
Wow. Okay, so that's Nightwing from the Titans. Who are the other two people? Is one Jason or is one him as Robin?
It's Nightwing from the TV show. There's Nightwing from Young Justice, and then there's like two different comic book. Hold
it up closer.
Oh, and then I think the one from the video games. Yeah, because see, there's the TV. There's Young Justice.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then it's hard to see, but like all the way over on this.
Oh yeah, when you had it on, I could only see the three. Oh, that's snazzy.
But it really makes me mad because I can't wear it to work because they make us wear the stupid reusable ones. But I'm like, everywhere else I go, I'm going to be wearing that.
Yeah, sweet.
Heck yeah.
That is very snazzy.
Remember, wear your mask, people.
That's right. Nightwing should wear a mask like that. I saw something somewhere where people were like, that Red Hood is the one who's doing the best with COVID because he wears that mask.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, snap. True enough.
But yeah, first, like I said, we'll cover Justice League 57, came out today. It starts out once again with that flashback. Remember when he snuck into that Justice League meeting?
Oh, uh-huh.
You know, the whole thing about them setting the standard for heroes, and when he saw them, he believed they could do anything, and he wanted to be a part of it. But then they lost, I guess, talking about how they were all locked up during death metal.
Sorry, I went onto the DC Universe app, and did you see you're voting on Nightwing, your favorite Nightwing costume, but the finger stripes aren't a choice.
Oh, jeez.
It's Disco Dick, Yellow Fringe Wing, New 52 Red, or Rebirth Bluebird. Well, obviously I have to go with Disco Wing then.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, Rebirth Bluebird's winning, obviously. Yellow Fringe Wing is losing, thank God. But Disco Wing's better than Red. Anyway, okay, my bad, sorry.
That's all right, but this thing flashes back. It shows when Dick basically talking to Hawkgirl, and they basically when they started out on the mission, and then remember they freed the Legion of Doom last time, kids. So Dick's team is fighting the Legion of Doom, but then they all kind of have to like put their differences aside because that huge Omega Knight is not dead.
Yes, of course not.
So guess who comes up with a plan and even like gets Lex in line?
Nightwing.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, Dick comes up with a plan, And then they're supposed to meet everyone else, I guess, on Themyscira. And how are we gonna get all the way there? After what we just went through, how can you be so sure? And Dick, because we're the Justice League.
Yeah.
So, yep. So, I don't think Dick's gonna it'll probably be back to the regular Justice League next issue because this goes right back into Death Metal number 5. So,
Fair enough, I suppose.
but yeah, Dick was very good in this issue. But all right, let's get to the big one. Nightwing 76.
I mean, really, there are.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we knew it. We've got the napkin man joke.
Yeah, it opens up again, flashing back to Batman 55 when he gets shot in the head.
Right. But I mean, there are two things that happen. I mean, there's two things that are worth talking about. What happens with him in KG Beast and what happens with him in B.
Yeah, well, I just found it interesting, like like his inner monologue. Basically just like, did KG Beast mean to graze me, or was it just like dumb luck? If that bullet had hit a millimeter in any other direction, I'd be dead right now.
Well, and I think we find out that it was dumb luck. He did mean to kill him, and yeah, he got lucky. So yeah, which I think he starts to realize that.
Oh yeah.
During the fight, because
most of this issue is basically KG Beast has B hostage, so Dick just like.
Well, because he's wondering about it, and then KGB says, "Tonight I make up for the only bad shot I ever made." So that lets you know that he didn't mean to miss, which I imagine is part of the reason filtering into Dick's thinking about what happens with him in B.
I mean, yeah, we'll get to that, but I love the fight part. I mean, not only do we have him back in mind and costume, but I mean, just the moves. I mean, look, we got
that's a good
our
one.
Boy back. I mean, just like him just dancing around KG Beast.
Yep. Right, which I mean, I guess what you got to do when the dude is, an assassin, shooty guy.
And I love when he's gonna like launch that grenade out of that gun on his hand, and Dick just like throws the stick and blocks the barrel.
Yes, which my only thing, I mean, obviously it works because he doesn't die, but I feel like that something that powerful being that might have killed him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how thick that gun, whatever he has on his stump, basically took the brunt of most of the explosion.
Well, that could be.
I mean, he still looks pretty messed up, but.
Right. I was like, oh my God, is he going to die? But then, of course.
Yeah, that's what he even says. He's like, oh, you're just like Batman. You're going to let me die. You're going to walk away and try to let me die. And Dick's like, no, I'm not like Batman. Not that way.
Yeah, not like him at all. But then.
But I love him. He's like, I will live to kill you. And Dick's like, I'll be here. I'll be waiting. Oh, yes, but I don't know. Do you want to do the joke?
You started.
That's the problem with Napkin Man. He doesn't
follow the normal Bat villain protocol. He just wipes away all the clues. Boom! That is some vintage Dick Grayson joke making right there.
And I mean, that was Dan Jurgens, as we heard in our interview, contacting Tom King and saying, what was the punchline to that joke? So.
Also, I do appreciate, I mean, like, I kind of like the joke, but it's a groaner. But, I do appreciate KGB. I will live to kill you. He's so annoyed by that joke. He's like, I'm going to get you for that.
I know, and I'll be waiting.
Which is pretty funny.
Oh, and then we see Hutch.
Yeah, the firefighter.
Yeah, basically once back in his Nightwing suit, and, and Dick's like, if that's what Bloodhaven needs and you really train for it, hell yeah.
So we'll see if
wonder if we're going to get some of our Nightwings back.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get some Flamebirds.
Oh, there you go. Oh, the firefighter. That'd be perfect.
It'd be diggity dank.
Yeah, it would.
Diggity dank.
But then we get to talk with B.
Yes. So, what did you think?
I knew this was eventually this was gonna come. I didn't know if it'd be this soon or not, because I was like, either Dan's gonna do this, or whether he's here for one more issue or 10 more years. If Dan doesn't do this, once he leaves, the next writer's probably gonna do it.
Yeah, I had lots of mixed emotion. I was, of course, glad she didn't die. Obviously, I was like, don't die, because that would have been tedious. I think I was sad. I was sad because Dick is replaying that conversation with Bruce and being like, "Oh, he's right. I never agreed with that. But now I don't agree with that because KGB's tried to kill B." And so that made me sad that he is like, yeah, I can't be happy. Well, and then the other thing that kind of annoyed me was I felt, and this is ridiculous and a problem when you read too much stuff on the internet. I felt like a lot of other people wouldn't like it and they would be annoyed because Dick didn't tell B, like, I'm afraid for you being for that you'll get killed, and so he didn't tell her, like, that's my fear, and let her make the choice to take it. So my first instinct was like, he should have told her. But then, because I read a lot of advice columns, it's one of the ways I pass the time, I was also thinking, as one of the advice columnists, Dear Prudence, who I like to read, talks about, it only takes one person to break up. Like, you don't have to agree to break up. So, like, if the relationship is not working for one person, you need to break up. And so then I realized, so even though, yes, on the one hand, maybe it would have been good for Dick to say, I care about you a lot and I'm really afraid of putting you. And of course, B would have been like, no, it's okay, Dick. I'm willing to take that risk. But I don't think Dick is willing to take that risk. He can't. And the more I thought about it, I was like, of course, this does make sense. And I tried to put myself in. I couldn't be in a relationship if I was afraid that the person I was in a relationship with was going to be killed because of me. I mean, I wouldn't be able to deal with that guilt. Even if the person said, it's okay, I won't, if someone murders me because of you, I won't hold you responsible. I'd be like, no, I can't do it.
I'm sure it's always in the back of his head too. I mean, look what happened to Barbara and the Killing Joke, and she was Batgirl. I mean,
and that had nothing to do with him. That was just because the Joker's a jerk and wanted to give her dad pain.
Exactly, but he says, anyone in this world. I mean, the issue opens with a gun to B's head.
Right. So yeah. So I understand. I was sad. Like I said, I was initially sad because I thought, okay, it's a little bit of a jerk move.
But they didn't.
Because I know, but I felt like I was sad because I knew people would be like, he should have given B that choice of saying I can handle it. But when I paused for a second and thought, okay, but if I were in that position, even if the person I was with said, I can handle the danger, I don't mind, I know that I wouldn't be able to handle the danger because I'm a very guilty person. And I carry around a lot of guilt and I wouldn't be able to deal with that. And so then I was like, okay, so actually this pretty much is the best possible outcome because, you knew. It only made me a little bit sad because I know some people will probably be like, Dick was a jerk to B. But it was mostly sad. I was a little bit sad because I think some people will say he's a jerk. But I've also rationalized, but it's not a jerk thing because if you can't be, if it's adversely affecting your mental health to be in a relationship with someone because you feel so guilty about potentially putting them in danger all the time, then yes, you should break up with them because that's not a good relationship. But I was mostly sad that he was like, yeah, Bruce is right. I can't be happy and be Nightwing. And I was like, oh.
It's comics that I but in story, I see what they were doing, but again, Dan didn't kill her, so it's like she could be brought back at any point.
Right. So yeah, in terms of stepping outside of the book and remembering these people are fake, these are characters. It's a comic. This was probably the best possible outcome. The best possible outcome, they would keep going. they'd keep dating. But at the same time, you always know that love interest, like, the hero is the main focus, and the love interests are not going to be forever. And so, yes, her not dying, and yeah. But so I would say, and I do understand Dick telling her, like saying, oh, those feelings didn't come back. And I think that that's probably a better thing to say because, again, having read lots of advice columns, I think if you say, I can't be with you because I'm too nervous about what might happen to you and I can't deal with the guilt if someone hurt you trying to get to me, a la what KGBs just did. I can't deal with that guilt. That would imply we could open a negotiation and you'd be like, oh, it's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, sorry. Like when we're breaking up, that's not a negotiation. I can't do it. Yeah, so I do think the lie kind of makes sense and makes it a little easier. So I'd say really the main sad thing after I sorted out all my feelings, the main sad thing was him being like, I can't be happy as Nightwing. I'll have to make that sacrifice like Bruce does. And then the only other thing that I was like, come on, Dick, was him being like, I really care about you. Maybe we can be friends. What? No, you don't break up with someone and immediately be like, let's just be friends. When you break up with someone, you have to give them time apart from you. That's another thing I picked up from the advice columns.
But yeah, I think he didn't want to say, it's because you're gonna always be in danger because she would try to argue with him with that. But
exactly.
If he says, the feelings aren't there anymore, because of the whole brain thing. I mean, one, either she believes it or two, even if she doesn't believe it, I think she's hurt enough where she's just like, how dare you say that?
Right. But like I said, when I initially read that, I was like, you should have let B make the choice. But then, of course, I paused and thought, no, if I were in that situation, I wouldn't be able to handle the guilt. And so even if the other person said, yeah, no, I can handle it, I still wouldn't. It would just affect the relationship and it wouldn't make it a pleasant relationship because you would always be worried and that's not fun.
But I mean, what was I going to say? But yeah, I mean, again, comics and maybe if enough people scream that we want B back, maybe they'll bring her back, 6 months, a year from now, maybe they'll bring B back. But I mean, I love the art in this issue, especially that last page.
Yeah, it looks really good. Yeah. And I mean, and Dick is sad. So I mean, he feels like a jerk and he's I mean, I do think, yeah. I mean, it sucks and it's sad for everyone, but in terms of him being like, I can't deal with putting you in danger, that doesn't work for me. I mean, it does make sense. And that's what I said. I mean, it is really, in terms of Dan Jurgens apparently doesn't want to write her anymore. He wants to go in a different direction. This is kind of like the best of all possible outcomes.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I wonder if him or someone at DC, I wonder if it's somebody on the other side is just like, oh, we want to like kind of like push away all traces of Rick Grayson because that wasn't really well received. So maybe they're just like trying to get him back to basics in all ways.
Right. The thing that I think will be interesting to see going forward is how they deal with it. Okay, so he just broke up with B and his reasoning was, I don't want to put somebody in danger. So hopefully to make him to not be like, you're a jerky jerk. He should not be, there should be several issues, a period of time in which he is not in a relationship.
I think
with someone. So hopefully they won't be like, oh, now we got to introduce some other character.
I mean, yeah, I think it's, the next couple issues are probably going to be like, Dick, it's going to be like, oh, I'm going to try to find myself again, try to remember who is Dick Grayson,
Right. Yeah. And I'll be fine. Yeah. So like I said, I am fine with that. Obviously, I had a lot of feelings of my own that I had to work through. But like I said, thank you, advice columns. It came out that it does make sense. And even though, obviously, if I were on B side, I would be super hurt. Even if Dick told the truth and was like, I just can't handle it. And I know I'd be like, it's okay. I, accept the risk. But I know if I were in Dick's shoes, even if the other person said I accept the risk, I wouldn't be able to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would mess me up mentally. I'd be too worried. And so then, like that's not good for a relationship. So overall, like I said, my main sadness is him being like, yeah, Bruce is right. I can't be happy. That's sad.
Oh, yeah. And then, the next issue thing said, I thought I saw in somewhere in the previews, it says abstract holidays. So I think it's a holiday issue.
Yeah, I'm going to say it says next abstract holidays. So
yeah, I was going to say.
Because so they must need to have like kind of a filler issue because then the next two issues after that are that future.
Yeah, January and February is that future state. So yeah.
Future state, thank you. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of it's gonna be like it's probably gonna be like a one and done.
Yeah. So I guess this will give Dan a little time to figure out where he wants to go next.
Yeah, because because here it is, issue 77. Christmas has come to Gotham City, and all across the city, people have taken time out of their busy schedules to spend time with loved ones. But Dick Grayson has found himself in the midst of a dilemma. How can he take time off when crime never sleeps? And how can he spend time with loved ones when he has pushed them all away? An answer in the form of a random encounter with a lost soul, a kindred spirit, awaits him.
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So.
I mean, it's like you didn't really push them away. Just go back. And what's up with Alfred? Is he back yet?
Nope.
Okay. Well, maybe that'll be a Christmas miracle.
And looks like issue 77 is on sale December 16th. So not the week.
That's pretty much exactly a month.
Yeah, like a week before Christmas. Yeah, yes.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I think we took care of that one.
Yep. We're going to get to these detectives.
All right. Yeah. Now, so I want to say this popped into my head not that long ago. And I kept being like, oh, I need to say this. And I should have said it during the Kyle episode, but I didn't know, but it didn't hit me until afterwards. So remember when we were talking about the earlier Dick as Batman issues where he finds that thing under his case in his pictures and he's like, what is this?
Oh,
and then nothing ever happens. That was the Court of Owls. And it didn't click because it really, until we've been talking with these creators, I have always had the idea, in my head, I have always thought that DC was way more organized than they apparently are. So I guess I had thought that they knew that Rebirth was coming way more in advance than they did. So as soon as Kyle was saying that, Rebirth happened, and that's why Kyle got, not me, obviously, got the Nightwing job, and Scott had started on Court of Owls, and it was going to be Dick as Batman, but so we incorporated part of that into the Nightwing story. Then it clicked in my head, oh, so that's what was, because it was a circus picture, and so it was something to do with his past. That's what that was.
Oh, yeah.
And then it made me think, I would really like to see, but of course, I'm sure it won't happen, but I would like to see the Court of Owls played out as Dick as Batman, as apparently Scott Snyder originally conceived of it. That would be sweet.
Yep.
And to see.
All right. Yeah. So, here, open up. Start off on Detective 876. Start telling the people about it. I need like 10 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay, this is it, right? All right. We're starting with Hungry City, the new bank, Gotham Global Modern Bank.
Sorry, I left the light on.
Oh, no problem. Just had a giant killer whale pop up in it.
That's right.
Which ties in, of course, Dick was on that ship and he thought, I swear I saw a killer whale. But he thought it was maybe the residual effects of that gas from the crap. the auction house. What was that guy's name? What's that guy's name?
I forget the guy's name. Yeah, but from the Black Mirror story.
Auctioneer. But it turned Etienne Cherbourg or whatever.
Yeah,
but it turns out it actually was a killer whale.
That's right.
A gigantic, unusually large orca that ends up in a bank. And then from the bank, it goes to the Wayne Crime Lab.
Yep.
But
yes, but like we were talking about, you just mentioned Scott Snyder. Yeah, this is written by Scott Snyder, but I love Gordon. It went completely black. We have nothing. We're blind as bats. Is he trying to tell him something?
Yeah, Gordon knows.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he would be a wretched detective if he didn't. I mean, really. He would be so bad. But yeah, I like how he says, really, this is a thank you just from me. And the police wanted to process it at county, but they couldn't. And Dick's like, ouch. Let's keep that one from Bruce. So, and then we find out Dick's using some weird lasery thing on the orca. And we get the big reveal. Who is it, Phil, that is the head of the Gotham? Oh, shoot, I already forgot the name of the bank. The Greater Gotham General, Gotham Global Modern Bank. Who's the head?
Sonia Branch, but she changed her name from her original name, Sonia Zuko.
No. Exactly.
Who Cal would pick back up in New 52 later.
Yep. Yeah, but because this is her first appearance.
Yes.
This is her. Although I would just like to say, well, I don't know. I guess maybe she was married to Tony Zuko's wife. I don't know. I'm like, it's like if Tony Zuko didn't marry her mom, she could have just taken her mom's name, but whatever.
True.
Anyway, Gordon asked Dick to meet with his son, and then we get the big reveal. Whoa! There's a dead body in that whale.
Yep.
And then we have a fun splash page, or whatever you call it. Think above the city, flipping down.
But I just love that line. He's like, oh, so Tony Zuko had a kid. What do we know? What do we know about the mother except that she was obviously blind?
Yeah. Yup.
Oh, Gordon asked Dick to talk to his son, James.
Yep.
He's like, let me know what you think about him. Be honest with me. Wasn't that Sonia's assistant in the whale?
Yeah, he finds out it's Sonia's assistant, Evelyn. So then he goes to visit Sonia. And he's like, no, I can't. They'll come after me. But knowing, as one does, that Batman creeps on people, she calls someone and says, I'll do whatever you want. And Dick is getting that info and it takes him to a man named Bixby Rhodes.
Yep.
Who does fancy cars. And is known as the Roadrunner. Dick does some sweet flips and whatnot. Then he ends up in the car crusher.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, first they open fire on him. Yeah, and then he ends up...
That's why he does the fancy flips.
Well, car crusher in there, like, trying to, like, drop a bunch of cars on him.
Yeah. Get him crushed.
But
and then we have...
I like that one page where, you were saying, because... Well, that's the end of the first issue, because... No, I was just going to say, it was... I like that...
Like in the 60s show.
I know.
Crap.
That page you're saying about, like, Dick flipping over the city. I like his, like, inner dialogue there where he was like, Bruce is always like, stay low to the ground in the fight. He's like, I like to, like, basically stay in the sky at least for a little bit, gives me hope. And yeah. All right. So 877.
Okay, so this is supposed to be a person, right? Like
It
the outline is a human.
Yeah, it looks like a woman's body almost.
Yeah. Okay. Because sometimes I look at it and I'm like, that looks like a weird iceberg. Or I mean, it kind of looks like an iceberg. It also kind of looks like a killer whale. It also kind of looks like a woman's body.
I know. And then there's like
Dick is in her womb.
There's like words in the background. It's like truth, drowning, ravenous, seduction, mystery.
Wait, really? On this page?
On this cover, yeah. Do you see it? I don't know if you have it, but
and the back. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't have that part.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant inside the body.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then I like how he gets out. He basically hotwires a car.
Yep.
And uses that to come flying out. Well, he also lets us know he likes to watch nature shows and that sometimes roadrunners choke on their own food, which is what's about to happen to Bixby Road's Roadrunner.
I love how you see the explosion and Dixie just gets like thrown clear from the explosion.
Yeah, how Bixby Road's about to be laid low by lunch.
I love that, just him swooping down, pulling a Batman.
Yeah, it looks really good.
This is the part where you run.
Yep. And Bixby Roads, all he can say is meep meep, sucker. And he has those titanium legs, I guess.
Yeah, because he's like leaping away. Titanium alloy, the way they absorb the shock.
And then Batman, Dick's like, forget this.
I know. Forget this. Yeah, he shoots a line at him.
Boom.
That trips him up. I suppose this is the part where I'd say, Badeep, that's all, folks, if I had a sense of humor.
He says, which I don't. But you do.
Not his suit.
Exactly. I mean, you do. Batman.
He's trying to be Batman. That's as much,
I know. No, Batman sometimes has a sense of humor.
I know. So, yeah, he asked him why he's after Sophia Branch. Back when we were teenagers, we used to run this scam. A guy named Flash, Detective Flash. See Batman Year One.
Okay.
Oh God, we see a nice fancy car, something like Bruce Wayne or the mayor would drive.
Yep. Although obviously we know Bruce Wayne never got caught up in this because we heard about that.
But yeah, they had a fantastic business. That is, until we tried to branch out, set up shop in Metropolis.
You should know better.
I know.
Ridiculous.
That's what I always say in DC and Marvel. It's like, why you like hit all these cities where superheroes live? It's like, go hit some banks in Nebraska. Nobody's gonna bother you, except the cops.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, it's like, why would you do Gotham too? Because Batman's gonna get you. I mean, maybe he's not quite as intimidating as Superman because Superman just comes in and gets you. But yeah, or like New York City, why in either, DC or Marvel would anyone do anything bad in New York City? That place is crawling with superheroes.
Yeah, Gotham, it's like Batman and his 20 assistants. Why?
Right, yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, we're just talking about, in Metropolis. He's like, the goods, and then whoosh, before I knew it, I was 1,000 feet above the city. I swear, I'd never go back to the Metropolis, not even for a day. And then Dick still wants to know about Sophia Branch.
But then we get to the sequence that ends with the humor that leads up into the comedic interlude of Hungry City, which is, okay, the lead up. Dick goes to talk to Gordon and is like, Sonia Branch is hiding something. Maybe the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And then Gordon's like, oh, yeah, she wants to talk to you. She's right behind you.
Yeah, because, he suspects she's hiding something. She's like, yeah, I was hiding something, but I'm not hiding anymore.
Like, all right. And she's like, I'm scared. Okay, she reveals people are trying to get her to invest their money.
Well, she said, I was scared of you. And she's like, well, you're not be scared unless you're a criminal like my father. I'm ashamed of Anthony Pico.
But in that moment, I couldn't imagine anyone more likely to see me that way than you. Dun, dun, dun.
But I suppose sometimes our father's shadows, they're larger than we'd like.
Oh. Dun dun. That's a Bruce Wayne, Tony Zuko reference right there.
But
Like,
yeah,
all right, I get it.
Ever since the bank took off, I've gotten account requests from some of Gotham's master elements, criminals who want us to help them invest their money. Clean it, you mean? Exactly. You know, with my family's history, you can imagine it came expecting an open door. It's been that way since we started out. It used to be the families, the Falcones, the Maronis. But to them, I said no, and they tipped their hats and walked away. But these new guys, they don't take no for an answer. I thought I could handle them, be tough, but I was wrong. And they said, who are they?
Bixby Rhodes?
Yeah, the two worst, Bixby Rhodes, the Roadrunner, whom we already met, and a smuggler, a guy who calls himself Tiger Shark. Pirate, cold-blooded killer. But she never even met him. He sends a guy to talk to her. I turned him down. I warned him. I turned him down again. Next thing I know, Evelyn is missing, and...
Dick says, no, I'm sorry, Miss Branch, but I'll make it up to you.
Yeah, because he asked her where he is, and she said he lives on this boat. Yep. So we get a bat boat.
He's a pirate. And then we get our comedic interlude. Tim saw us coming through. Let me get this straight. You said rotten apple, and she was right behind you. I apologize, sort of. Tim, hang on. I'm tapping into GCPD roof cam security. Ha! Your face. That is a bat meme if I've ever seen one. Classic.
Why are there no average mobster's daughters?
I know, but when he says this is beguilingly attractive, I want to be like, Tim, everyone in comics is beguilingly attractive.
Oh no, Red Robin, you're breaking up. We're on 5G. I can't break up, Red Robin. It's scientifically impossible.
And then he's like, shh, that's the comedic interlude. That's my favorite. When he's like, come on, tell me you're not into her. I'm not into her. That sounded convincing. Why would Dick be into her? That's so weird.
I know. But then I guess, yeah, then they throw him underwater. I'm guessing, guess tired.
Yeah, that's my favorite page. I marked it when he says, shh, you're breaking up. It's physically impossible, scientifically impossible. Classic. Yep, then, he found the ship. Ah!
Yep.
And it's big because it has big old orcas in it. Now we're into our last one.
878.
And then this feels very Dr. Evil. Sharks with laser beams.
Freaking sharks with freaking laser beams.
Lasers. Also, very 1960s. Like, oh, I'm suspended over.
Oh yeah, because they
weird things, and they're trying to get me. Also, this is random, but I do enjoy how Tiger Shark won't speak directly to Dick. It just reminds me of this thing I've been talking about with my students about how a way that royalty in the pre-modern world would emphasize that they were royalty is that even if they knew your language, they would speak to an interpreter who would then speak to you. And like that's what Tiger Shark's doing.
I know.
To emphasize, look how cool I am. I'm so much better than you. I can't even speak to you.
What were you doing so far from shore in his waters? Practicing my backstroke. Now ask Tiger Shark why I killed Evelyn Moore.
And he gives us a little piracy lesson and ends up getting killed. That sucks.
Oh yeah, Tiger Shark pushes an interpreter in.
Yeah, well, he's really just a goon because it's not like Tiger Shark's speaking a different language.
Yeah, he pulls another goon over.
Yep. And then he has his creepy tongue, and there's something written on his tongue because isn't like. Yeah, Dick's taking a picture or something because then later, or maybe he's I wasn't sure if he was translating the tongue, if he had like taken some kind of picture of it, because then we have translate, but then hypersonics activate. If that was just a talk to the orcas, but maybe what's on Tiger Shark's tongue is the language or something. I'm not quite sure.
I think the hypersonics were just, I don't know whether it's the trying to drive the orcas crazy because the one just like comes crashing.
Right, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It gets up, but that is able to, because he got Tiger Shark cut his line, but pew, he gets out. Tiger Shark left in some little escape pod, of course, and he's like, "Boom! I'm gonna blow up the ship."
Yep, it starts.
And then we have nice inner dialogue by Dick that basically just lets us know that just like Bruce Batman, he's always prepared. Well, I did like how he says he booby trapped the yacht, and all I can think is, "Well played, sir."
But yeah, because he's trying to swim to the surface, but it's like, besides, if it's even if his suit were equipped to withstand the pressure, he'd still have to be able to hold his breath long enough to reach the surface. A feat that would take even a great swimmer roughly 7 minutes, which would be near impossible for anyone. Well, except maybe someone who's downright overcautious or who's been trained to be overcautious. Yep. When it comes to seafaring missions, so make sure to boost his oxygen levels by ingesting significant amounts of pure O2 in advance.
If the guy in question, if he was that crazy, maybe, just maybe, he'd squeak by. Boom! And then always the jokester. Batman, we've got your signal. Ahoy!
And you're all right. Report to my death. I'm fine. Just hurry.
I've got an important appointment to keep.
Yes, because it's Dick Grayson. He goes to talk to James.
But he talks with him for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, he's trained to be a master detective, so I mean, he could read body language and just the stuff they talk about.
Right, but it still seems
because they're talking about.
It's a little abrupt.
I know him talking. Well, it might be more suspicious if it went too long, but yeah, he's talking about James working at Leslie's clinic and well, James even says, "I know you're here on my father's behalf."
Like, yeah, okay.
Truthfully, if my father wasn't skeptical or suspicious of me at this point, I'd probably question his police skills. That was a joke.
Sorry.
And Dick's like, yeah, as long as we're being upfront, yes, your father did ask me to report back after we met. Which I understand must be daunting, seeing as how we haven't seen each other in 12 years since that day we had the picnic.
All right, with Ben Wolf.
Yeah, Ben Wolf, you took your glasses and buried them, and Babs pushed him in the pond for it.
God, what a tool that guy was.
Classic. I actually bumped into Ben the other day. Really? Yeah, he's a pharmaceutical representative now. He lives on the east side. He was as nice as could be. Funny the way some people take a while to grow into the people they're going to be.
I know. While other people never change.
Dick, James, sorry, I have to go. Are you sure? Yes. Oh, a thought just hit Dick.
Right, yeah, that's what I said, but he still ends it like really abruptly. Something I overlooked. I think it's a little intense, but you can understand since her dad killed his his thing. But he says, "You knew that Tiger Shark, like that's a pretty obvious calling card that she was in a whale, but you sent me after Bixby Rhodes first."
Well, and he was like,
I can get rid of both.
The security camera was shut down. He's like, you're the only one who had access to the building security system. You blacked it out, so I wouldn't know who to go after. Then you deliberately, sent me after Rhodes first, even though he had nothing to do with Evelyn's death. You used me to take them down in the order you wanted. I don't know how to respond, Batman. After all, Roadrunner and Tiger Shark, they're not the criminals of old. I'd have to be pretty cunning to outdo them. So, I mean, in New 52, I think Cal played it where she's a little more innocent. But yeah, here, she's pretty, I think she's kind of crooked.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth because, I'm not sure if crooked or just desperate.
Yeah, I guess you could say desperate, but I mean, she went outside the law to, take these guys down.
But yeah, I mean, that could be desperation. I mean, yeah, technically it is.
And she's like, suppose I did do all this. She's like, would it be so wrong? They were harassing me to launder money from them. They killed my friend. He's like, you'd be guilty of obstructing justice.
I mean, I guess I can kind of understand why she does it because, people know she's Tony Zuko's daughter. But, on the other hand, you could say, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this dude Tiger Shark. But could you also look into this guy Bixby Rhodes? Because they've both been trying to. But I feel like that's the kind of thing that, like, I could say because my dad's not a known criminal.
Well, he said, too, he's like, you tamper with the evidence and redirected the investigation. It's arguable that her killer Tiger Shark escaped because you wasted time sending me against Rhodes first. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, it could be argued that you failed to stop him.
Yeah.
You say tomato, I say you're culpable.
So, yeah, you're right. They're definitely, I think it's definitely more ambiguous than, she's, if I remember, she's less walking the line in New 52. But I mean, you can kind of see where Dick's upset, but you can also see, I mean, where he could still be letting his annoyance, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but obviously Tony Zuko really did him dirty. That he's definitely not giving her the benefit of the doubt. And because of her dad being Tony Zuko, like I said, a lot of people could say, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Tiger Shark because you also go after this other guy who is trying to extort me. But other people. But, also, if she weren't Tony Zuko's daughter, would these people even be trying to get her to launder their money? Probably
but again, not. I mean, she kind of tricked him into doing all this. Maybe she could have come to him and say, hey, these guys are, I'll hope you bust them and get them arrested.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, she's definitely, I mean, it's definitely walking a line. I mean, I understand why she did it, but, I mean, I definitely also understand why Batman's annoyed about it. And, I mean, Bruce would be annoyed about it, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Bruce would have gotten her face more.
Yeah, probably.
Good night, Miss Zuko. It's Miss Branch. That's what I said. Mm-hmm. And another dick diving off the roof shot.
Classic. And then the big... Yeah, wait, this is still in the right. Yes, the big reveal.
Yes.
Dick's talking about the guy who did the diving, and we misjudged. It was just a degree or two off, and just that tiny misjudgment was enough. And we see, James Gordon Jr. is going to Wolf's house, getting the mail, just walking in. Now he's going down to the basement. What?
Yeah, looks like. Yeah, Ben Wolf is still alive, but he's been kind of dismembered.
But he's not happy about it.
I know his arms are cut off, his lower half is cut off, and he looks like he's at least missing an eye.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. Honestly, the guy's not dead from blood loss.
Yeah, well, again, James, tourniquets and stuff, he's keeping him alive to torture him. And he comes out with a saw. Now, where were we?
So, now we know he's not cured. Not at all.
Nope.
Now, is that the end, or is this skeleton key at the end of that one?
No, that's it. Him holding the saw is the end, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So then there's a skeleton key part, and I read that because I wasn't sure where it ended.
Yeah, so next episode we're wrapping up this whole James Gordon Jr. thing, this whole detective run. So,
and also the Joker appears.
Yes.
Because why not?
That's right. So yeah, so you know what that means? Only 3 more episodes this year.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm.
I'll be sad to finish all the great ones that we have read, but I will not be sad to end 2020.
That's right. And hey, we got more stuff to cover for 2021. So
that's right. So that way we can be 100% happy to leave 2020 behind.
We'll start year 81.
That's right. Woo!
Only 20 more years. Only 20 more years. It'll be 100 years of Dick Grayson.
Ooh. Will we still be podcasting, or in 20 years will there be some sort of newfangled other thing?
We'll be sending the episodes directly to your the chip in your brain, kids.
Yeah.
But yes, also, so yeah, next time we'll be covering the rest of this run, which is Detective 879 through 881 with, well, unless she falls asleep or passes out drunk. Yes. Special guest because of her, she has a fixation with the number 69, Miss Lilith Hellfire. We had Tyler for their interviews, and now, yes, we'll have Lilith for episode 69.
It's because we're just so exciting, right, Phil?
That's right.
Everyone wants to jump on the Nightwing train.
So that'll be that. Yeah, that'll be next week, and then the week after is our we'll be covering those 2 animated series episodes. Do you think we should just do a review, or should we do like a live watch? Like, we can't like show the video or play the sound, but should we do like a watch of those 2 episodes and record our thoughts?
I think let's just talk about it because I'm not sure. I might still be at my parents'.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine.
So yeah.
Excellent. And then the final episode of the year will be our gift to you, Teen Titans vs. Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
That's right. So yes. And then 2021 begins.
Woo-hoo!
I can't. December. I got like the last 2 weeks off. Woo-hoo. Got like 2
I only have the rest of this week and 2 days next week. Then I don't have to go on to campus anymore.
Wow. Yeah, I only work 2 days next week also. Can't wait for my 5-day weekend.
Yeah, but then my students have their exams, but the exams are online. So I have to give them and grade them, but I just get to sit around at home and do it. Woohoo!
Oh, good for you.
Yup, pretty much.
Christian Bale, it kind of ties it.
Yeah. What is that from? What movie is that from?
It was the behind the scenes thing. I think he was filming whatever Terminator movie he was in, and like, I don't know, some crew guy in the back was like walk through some shot or something. Right? Yeah, he like flipped out on some like back behind the scenes.
I know. He seems like he can be kind of a jerk.
For you.
Yeah.
But you know what? Feminist icon Gloria Steinem, who's from Toledo, is his stepmom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she married his dad.
Oh, I didn't know that. Huh.
I know, crazy, right?
I just everything when I find stuff I like, I'm like, man, I did not know that.
I know, it's a small world.
Especially when you're famous, I guess. Yeah.
Indeed.
All right. So, anything else?
No, I think that covers it.
Yes. So, yes, come back next time for the wrap up of all this detective stuff with special guest Lilith Hellfire.
Yeah, Lilith.
I'm sure you all probably know her if you listen to our podcast. So, yes, come back or Lilith will be mad at you.
Cut you, bro.
That's right. So, email us your thoughts. Time or the animated Teen Titans Go. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Nightwing News. You can follow the podcast page on Facebook. You can follow the Bloodhaven Bulletin. That's our Nightwing fan group on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. You can follow all of our stuff. We have Instagram accounts. All of our shows have like different accounts. You can find those. You can watch this on YouTube. So go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Links to merch. Links to Patreon. Everything all in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer. Yeah, use the code Southgate for a discount on both of those. And then your library is not complete without one. Pod Life, the book, now in digital and paperback. Volume 2 is coming. The audio version is coming. And also, if you're a fan of this show, Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. Go pick that up. That's right. And when you buy all those and all of your Christmas shopping on Amazon, because, hey, it's 2020, use the link for Southgate Media right in the show notes. Help us support this show, the Southgate Media Group Network, and Man, Raw Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain. So says Master Doom. Please kick me in the pants.
And ask me no question.
You're weak sauce. I get so much right.
And you always throw me off because you have no plugs. Because I said that Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. Go pick that up, kids.
Burn.
That's right, everyone. So, thank you for joining us. Again, join us and Love Hellfire next week for the conclusion of Detective Comics. So much. We got so much today. Old issues, new issues. We got the punchline to that napkin man joke.
Was it worth the wait?
Of course it was. You said it was like a classic Dick Grayson joke.
Oh yeah, definitely was. Definitely was.
Would have been sad.
That was some old time pun. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that he would say, like,
yeah,
back in the 40s, even.
All right, everyone, join us next week. Same wing time.
Same wing channel.
The Nightwing News. Keep flying, Napkin Man.